cool, Mikayla, that y'all just hired, you know, your first like Black female head coach. Like that's really big because I saw an article and it was talking about how like over 80% of like ADs are white. And I know like at UCLA, we just hired like this month a Black AD, and that's our first Black AD. And then for me too, like I'm on the track team, which is predominantly Black sport, and we actually have a like I think it's our only Black head coach at UCLA, which is the track coach. So like for me, it was like a easier transition, I feel like, as a Black athlete, because I was predominantly around Black people, whether that's coaching staff and then the team, and then now we even have like a Black AD. But I also know that's like very rare. So what do you guys think is like the difference in that experience when you have like more like white teammates, or even just like a white head coach, in comparison to having like that Black authority?
Yeah, so for me, I feel like it, especially having the head coach that we just hired. Her name is Kara Lawson. She was an assistant coach for the Boston Celtics. She was in broadcasting. She did so much stuff, and just for me to be able to, they actually allowed me and two other teammates to go in and interview her, and before they hired, and the conversation was authentic, and you can tell that she had a lot of things that she could relate to with me. Whereas if I was talking to, like, nothing against my other head coach because she's great as well, but having like conversations with a white person and a Black person is totally different. It's a place where you feel like you can be yourself and be the real you, and not have to change the way you talk, or not have to change like your appearance or things like that. It's just something that you can just kind of, like I said, be authentic, and you can relate to each other. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, that whenever I sat down with my head coach and had like a conversation with her, it was just something that I feel like we clicked right away, because she's able to relate to things that I say, or she understands what I say whenever we just having like small conversations about like my life and like my background and things like that. But it's different if you're talking to a white person who don't really know what privilege is and things like that.
I think like a lot of times not having like that Black leadership, like you said, like athletes as a whole, like a lot of your success comes from like being comfortable in your surroundings, with the people who you're on the team with, who you playing for. And so like just being able to be yourself, because I know a lot of times, me personally, it's a lot of times we're like in the locker room. We're in the locker room, I'm fine, whatever. But like you at these other events or whatever, and it's you thinking twice about like, can I actually be myself without somebody else, like commenting or thinking about, oh, he acting like that because he's Black, or that's some, what I'm saying? So you kind of like, you putting yourself in this box of you got to act like everybody else around you, when naturally you stand out just because of who you are. So like not having like that Black leadership, you can trick your brain into thinking like, all right, I have to place myself in this system and act a certain way just to blend in with everybody else. And me, I was blessed, because like the time I went to Kentucky, we had like 5 Black players on the team already, which is not a lot, but in the SEC, that was like the most that year. So like I had that comfortability that like I could walk into a brotherhood. I at least had somebody else I could relate to, rather than somebody else that might have went to Vanderbilt or another school, and they just go on the team and there is literally one other person, or they're the only Black person on the team. So that can be real difficult, rather than just coming in with some comfortability with some other people.
So I'm gonna speak for my team. Like we have like a Black assistant coach. We have one Black assistant coach, and he's the head assistant coach. So like it's nice, being able to talk to him, and like especially since everything was going on, like I talk to him a lot, and just having that voice behind you, and just having that voice behind you, having known that there's somebody that's up there that's working just as hard as you, that can support you as a Black man, as a Black man, for me, like it's great. It's nice to have, but like we have I believe I think we have one Black head coach who's a football coach. Besides that, I don't think we have many like leadership at my school, and it's not. I think like the people at the coaches and the administrative are great people at Villanova, but I believe that like, we do need more color on our staffs and in our leadership roles. We need more people that's qualified that know what they're doing, it's still qualified, but be black too, you know, have a little bit of color up there. You know, but like I feel like, I mean, again, I think Villanova is doing a great job in that sense where they're open to learning and trying to figure everything out. But I think that once we can start to get some more color, we have more people that understand what our black students are going through, I think it'll change the culture of Villanova immensely.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the biggest thing is like actually getting like a voice, like getting like a seat at the table and also having that representation. So like you said, it's like having someone that's there in a position of power that actually understands or can relate, and then can help create, I feel like, just like a healthier environment for like the Black student athletes.